Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. In the last episode, we defined what a logical fallacy is, and we went on to mention one type of fallacy that is commonly used today called the strawman fallacy. In this episode, inshallah, we'll be looking at another type of fallacy that is often used by people trying to trick and convince their listeners into subscribing their own thoughts and ideas and opinions. So, one of the other fallacies that is often used is called the false dichotomy. Now this is where the person presenting the argument limits it to only two options, whereas there may be more than just these two options. It's also called black and white thinking, where you leave no room for grey area even though it may exist. So for example, imagine you found a person who said, either you accept that all religions are correct, or you're just an intolerant, horrible human being. And we find this argument being used often by people. And when you look at this argument, at first glance you might feel like, well, this person may just have a point, and I should understand that every religion is correct in its own way. After all, I don't want to become intolerant of other people. But if you were to think about it, we find that this is a classical example of the false dichotomy. He's cornering you by limiting you to only two options, whilst this isn't the case. We can very well choose to believe that there is only one true path to salvation, and yet still be tolerant of the people around us. It's not the case that just because I believe that Islam is the only correct religion, that automatically I become intolerant of everyone around me. No, of course not. Tolerance is living alongside one another, is compromising, is harmonious coexisting with the people around you. But does that mean that now I must accept their opinions or else risk being called intolerant? No. What if they have an opinion that is very clearly not in line with my values and beliefs? For instance, what if a person came to your house today and said, in my opinion, this is my house, now off you go. Well, of course I wouldn't accept that opinion. But now, just because I don't accept that opinion, does that make me completely intolerant of humanity and their other rational opinions? I'll let you be the judge on that one. So this was just a brief explanation on one other type of fallacy called the false dichotomy. I hope that this was useful, and join us next time for the final episode on logical fallacies.